Aloha, beautiful souls. Welcome back. I'm Lee from Heal from the Heart. I just wanted to come in today just to talk about what came to me while I was running. And I also heard another spiritualist talking about how God separated him or herself or themselves into light and dark, and how God loves both evenly, even though darkness can hurt the light, and neither one is better than the other, and how we usually think that the light is always better. And I just kind of wanted to talk about that, and like it's a long trail of connections that I have, and so the one thought that I had was that, when, like, we all have darkness within us, right? For example, anxiety, depression, control, fear. Again, I still have to make that video of the toxic traits of masculinity and femininity and how to address each of them. But the ones that came up for me that I've hidden and kind of haven't visited in a long time is control. Or not control, jealousy. I'm sorry, I see a long hair here. Anyways, is jealousy. And that is so weird. And anyways, the antidote for jealousy is sovereignty. And because jealousy comes from the idea that someone, is taking their spotlight. And I felt it just a few days ago with a friend of mine, and also with other spiritualists. And I've never felt that way in a long time, or even before. There was like a tinge of it. I don't have that much jealousy within me, but when a friend or a peer of mine was talking about taking a class from another spiritualist and learning how to do energy healing, I was excited for them, but at the same time, I felt like envious or jealous, or a little bit of almost rage, I guess you could say, or anger that came with it. And I observed it and I watched it, and I came to realize that this jealousy stems from like feeling of not worthy enough, like I'm not smart enough, or I'm not a veteran enough, or my light doesn't shine as bright. But it doesn't mean that, maybe this spiritualist is the one that connected with my colleague of mine, right? My peer. And so it's just showing me that I do have this darkness within me, and that I need to see her, that jealous side of Lee, right? And know and comfort her and tell her that I am enough, that I will soon be there to have all these students, that I see in my mind's eye, and that I will get there, but just not in this moment, and that's okay. And so now I challenge you to think about what demons are within you. I know that could trigger someone, and if it does, that means that there's something, again, like I said, we all have light and dark within us, and it depends on how you want to come about life. Do you want to come about life as I'm fighting the darkness that's outside of me, or am I fighting the darkness that is within me? And I think that's what Source and God wanted us to know, is that even the people of the darkness, they have the opportunity to find oneness again. And I think that's why we're here on this Earth planet, and this Earth school, is to find unity again, once again, that we are all one, that there is no separation between light and dark, and I'm not condoning, the evil deeds. Of course, it's horrible. It is extremely horrible, but at the same time, part of it is like judgment, right? When, like, we as spiritual warriors or light beings, right? When we judge someone's action as bad or good, then we're playing God, right? And that's not our job. Our job is to make sure that we are living the most fulfilling life that we can as a human being, right? And facing our shadows, and people who are of the quote unquote dark, they just have more lessons that they have to overcome and conquer, right? And to face, than those people who are quote unquote light workers or whatnot. I know this is kind of taboo, and I know, I truly believe that humanity is supposed to come to terms with oneness, that we are all one, no matter who we are, dark, light, dense, and lightness. I don't know. But yeah, and the thing is, everyone has to choose themselves, right? That the darkness has to choose themselves, and I truly believe that darkness can come back to the light if they choose to, and yeah, and there's no judgment in it. You are who you are, as long as you love yourself and accept yourself fully, and just know your triggers and everything. And yeah, we're all trying to figure out this life school. And yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, wars are horrible. There's discord, right? And disagreements and judgment, and that's why it's so dense here. When you are at a high vibing state, you just accept confirmation. You just accept and observe and just see how just the way things are as it is, and trying not to change it or trying to condone it, right? Anyways, there'll be more thoughts that come to me, epiphanies, but that is what is coming to me today. Is there is really no separation of light and dark. Yes, we all have light and dark within us. It depends on if we choose the light or the dark, and if we choose to claim the light and the dark within us, no matter what. Embrace it, let it go, and don't let it define you. Just because you have more dark tendencies doesn't make you a bad person. You know what I mean? It just makes you, because that's duality, right? Oh, sorry, there was a bug. Anyways, that's duality of things. But anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and remember to love yourself fully. The light part of you and the dark part of you, all of you is just beautiful. It just depends on how you want to come about your day, and how do you want to express yourself within today. Are you going to take from someone, or are you gonna try to create on your own? Anyways, I really hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.